Hey everybody, Kevin here, Coliseum Comics. It is Wednesday, April 24th. I'm sitting here with my coffee. I got my Dunkies in my Superman cup. Got Red Hulk behind me. Just enjoying a little early morning reading. This week on Coffee and Comics, I want to talk to you about independent thinking. What does that mean? That means, I know a lot of you just read one company, like Marvel or DC, it's some a little both, but do you read a lot of independent? This week, so much good came out from independent, I wanted to share it with you. Now, if you've seen my picks for the week, that video, or the fast one over on the expensive little channels, they go, 90 seconds yet to pay. This week, I picked out, I think I had two major ones, I had three major ones, four minor ones, but for a week of this is just 1 week where so much fun stuff came out, and it happens every week with independent. Do you read it? Do you know? Check this out. Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives, #1. This is by Image. It's written by Dan Watters and Ram V. The art is by Matthew Roberts. And it is absolutely fantastic. Hey, look at the art. Come on now. Come on. It is if you've read the Dracula Universal Monster series, they're continuing that feel with the monster books. And Creature of the Black Lagoon Lives from our friends at Image and Skybound, absolutely fantastic, man. It's a monster comic. You don't get those too often, and it's done right. That's an independent book. Another independent book that I loved. I'm going to slide off what I did earlier just to mix it up a bit. I picked this one right here, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 150. It's the end of this run of the Turtles. So there's a lot of story here that goes way back to the beginning of the Turtles. I'm trying to find pages where I don't ruin any story. But they go back to Turtles #1. #1. There's a lot of action going on here. There's a lot of story. I really enjoyed it. I really, really did. Cause I read the first Turtles when it came out off the stands. That's right, Grandpa, tell us again. Eastman and Laird back in those days. And you looked and said, that's weird art, but man, I love it. So much so that when I saw that Drawing Blood came out, this is from our friends at Image also, Eastman's name is on it. I'm like, oh, and the art kind of has that Eastman feel to it from the original Turtles. And then halfway through the book, look at this, look at this, look at that, boom. It's like going back in time. Another fun book, by Kevin Eastman and, David, Avellani, script by David Avellani. I hope I'm saying that right. Artwork by Ben Bishop. A lot of great stuff going on. But again, it's an independent book that, if someone didn't tell you, would you know to look at it? Would you know to pick it up? People talk about Archie all the time. Oh, Archie comics. Archie dealing with Satanism. The cult of that, Wilkin boy, initiation. Do you ever expect to see that in an Archie comic? Did you? It's so weird. Everything you can find over at Independence. Dick Tracy, #1 this week. Man, loving this book. It's got that feel of the Perry Mason series on HBO Max. It's written by Michael Marisi and Alex Segura. The art is by Gerald Borges. Watching too much Star Trek. And it's got that 1947 crime drama feel, and it was such a fun read. Some people just might walk by the independent section, never mind. If you're like me, I'm into old school stuff. I love Robert E. Howard's Conan, which is why I love Jim Zub's Conan. This is Conan the Barbarian 10. It is written by Jim Zub, who knows the character well. Man, his Conan stuff is on point. Jim Zub, you are killing it, my friend. Absolutely awesome. The art is by Rob De La Torre, who, if you loved early school Conan comics, that's got the feel of it right there. This is a fantastic book. Conan the Barbarian. It's dream come true. Dream come true. Some other books. If you're a dog lover, Man's Best #2 came out this week. Such a fantastic book. If you read the first one, this continues that story. Man, it's so good. And if you like dogs, maybe you're a cat person. Then you got Feral #2, also out this week. Again, it's like, hey, what if you took Disney and put Walking Dead together? Tony Fleeks is a writer, Trish Forstner and Tone Rodriguez are the artists. Look how gorgeous that book is. Man, and they raise the stakes every issue. I said it looks like a Disney book. I did. So I had to point this out. From our friends at Zenescope, I can't even. This is why independent comics are great. Look, Pooh versus Bambi. Look. Oh, bother. And it's such. It's such a weird read. It really is. Let me find a page here. This is a 3-issue miniseries. It's so weird. It's absolutely, look, years later, look at Pooh. Ooh. I know a guy who looks like that at work. Anyway, Pooh versus Bambi. Yeah. Marvel and DC aren't going to touch something like that. And it's fun. And that's the idea of comics. Last month, I loved the Dawn Runner. And Dawn Runner 2 is out. Script is by Ram V. The art by Evan Cagle. And again, it's like your own anime movie in the palm of your hand. This book, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Dawn Runner #2. Look at the cover, man. This is by our friends at Dark Horse. I'm loving independent comics. Dynamite for our Sword and Sorcery friends. Red Sonja. Empire of the Damned. I enjoyed this. Steve Niles is a writer. Alessandro Amoruso, excuse me. Art. Yeah, there's a lot of violence in there. Everybody's sword and sorcery, but that's what it is. You can independent, you can get away with that. And of course, Skybound gave us Duke #5, the end of the Duke series, last issue of that. But it's not the end of the story. The story is just beginning. They're just building a huge universe. I started off when Duke caught wind of a transformer and went on a rampage, and it led him all to this. And absolutely fantastic. So, in this less than 8-minute video, these are independents that just caught my eye this 1 week. If you're not reading, if you're a comic book reader and you watch this because you are a comic book reader, you have to know that independent is absolutely fantastic. Excuse me, I get all dry. It's good. I'm loving everything I'm reading. And with this gig, I have to read everything, man. I have to go through and read stuff and pick the best. And this week it was hard with independent because there's so much. Whether it's the cool horror feeling of Creature, or the 1940s feeling of Dick Tracy, or my personal favorite, Conan the Barbarian, because I'm into sword and sorcery. I'm a D&D fan. But then you get to things like, all these other books that just comics are made to elicit a feeling. And so, end of the soapbox, my friends. Get out there, read some independent comics. Take this free comic book day when you come to the stores and you grab like your Marvels and your DCs. Grab some independent stuff, man. There is a Conan independent with coming out from Titan, so make sure you grab that. Get yourself line your collection, man. It's a good time to read in comics. It really is. That's it for me. I still got half a cup to go. And I got some videos to edit, and I got some comics to read because I read them in the morning, then in the afternoon, I read them again. My favorite thing to do is I grab a bunch of books, and when I go to some of my easier jobs where I have a chance to read, I just sit down and just read, and man, talk about enjoying life, and that's what comics are. So that's me saying to you, hey, thank you for stopping by, Comics and Coffee. I promise you the next one won't be this long, but we may start a series called Independent Thinking. Just we talk about an independent book or two a week. If there's an independent comic that you like, please comment below. Let me know. I'd love to read it. If I'm missing out on something awesome, I want to know about it. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the stores.